ratings. Things in trees. Triple vault base. 3 scoops of ice cream. That's wonderful. Well, triplets. Hells yeah. Wonderful. Look how happy they look. Look at those ladies. It's fantastic. Look at those dogs. Triplets, man. Can't go wrong. Triple cheeseburger. Oh, sweet justice. So, why not a triple vault base? This is a 3-story vault base that includes a heli landing pad on the top as sort of an optional add-on, but it's using the roof trick. It's got shooty floors on all levels. I'll get you a little quick tour here. So coming straight in, you throw down your level 1, get a couple furnaces here in the hallway, ladder hatch above to go upstairs, and each entrance features an undrainable shotgun trap behind those doors, and then shooty floors here on the main floor. And there is a little locker, and then down the chute at the front is the entrance to the vault, which is using a roof trick, which pushes you in, which I love using. And these unlootable loot rooms, which I know technically are lootable. You've got lockers buried in the honeycombs in between, and it's got features 4 large boxes, 4 small boxes, and 4 barbecues, and each one's protected by a flame turret, which are fairly cheap to get. And behind that wall is very well protected. So, let's just do an actual walkthrough now with the person. So come up the ramp here, head straight on in, and I threw up drop boxes on the side there just to give you some more storage in the hallway, sort of a dump spot for your loot as you come in. And then right here, another furnace, and you go under the door here, and a undrainable shotgun trap. So they're not coming into the space any further without taking out that wall. And on this side, I didn't put one, which I forgot to do, but in that triangle piece there I would have. And then going into the front, another undrainable. So there's really no movement in this base without draining those undrainables. And then again, 2 shooty floors on the main level, protecting the front doors, so you won't have any door campers to worry about. And then you drop down the chute and you go into the vault, which is using the roof trick, which doesn't allow you to pass through without the door pushing you through. And then in here, let me just get this box out of the way, which I don't know why I put that there. Each of these loot rooms, like I said, have 4 large boxes, 4 small boxes, 4 barbecues, and each one has a flame turret protecting them. And then the honeycomb in between has the TC and or a locker. So a ton of storage down here. See? Lots of storage. And then up top here above the vaults, I'm making use of the half floor above, and I put down another couple barbecues and 2 large boxes in each of these spots. And again, protected by flame turrets. If you can get them, if you can build them, they're fairly cheap and they're very effective. It would be very impossible to go up there and raid those. Let me just back out of the vault. And this will require a ladder BP, or you can throw down a small furnace down that chute and jump on it and jump up. And if you want to do the ladder hatch, if you have the BP for it, you can make this optional little helipad, which is protected by a couple turrets on both sides, and it gives you a nice shooty floor all around. So shooty floors on each side, and you put a little fire pit in the bottom, and it gives you a little bit of elevation to shoot things. And that's where you would put your helicopter. So let's get into the build. So I always like to have them with a bit of a starter base so that you can, not have to build a separate base and build it. So build a circle of triangles, and then you do 3 square foundations, and then another triangle off to each side. And that will be the front entrance, and that's the nose piece right there, and that is the footprint. You'll want to surround that with honeycombing at a later build once you got up enough resources. But in your vault, you're going to pick which side you want to put it in. I'm choosing the right side here. You just go a square, a triangle, and a triangle to get our little starter going here. So it's 2 triangles and a square, and this will become one of the first vaults and little starter base. You see what I mean right there? So I believe it's about 2,500 stone to build this. So a couple, 2.5 nodes essentially. It's really cheap to get going. It's always good to throw your twig foundations down as well, just to make sure that you can actually build it. So you could build this little starter piece and then throw the twig foundations down and find out you can't build this base. You haven't wasted too much. You just pick a better spot. But yeah, throw your TC in the triangle piece, keeping it close as you can to the doors, because at a later date you'll be reaching for it through the unlootable loot room, and get it behind the line and seal it in with a window frame. And you likely won't have the BP if it's a fresh wipe. Hopefully you do, but you'll need a workbench to build it in, so just throw down some sleeping bags and some boxes and a furnace and start farming. And there you are, a little starter base. And then once you've farmed up some more, so there's the cost, about 2,500 in stone, so 2.5 nodes, and maybe a tree or two to build it. You'll want to start filling in the rest of this vault. And we're going to do the roof trick, so it's the roof. And the triangle of walls there. And get that little piece underneath upgraded to stone before you put it the second wall. And that's what it looks like. And your doorways. So at this point, once you upgrade this twig to stone, you're going to want to have 3 doors put down to push you through. Just give me an overview of what it looks like. Nice and easy to build on a build server where you're not stressing out about someone killing you, but just trying to slow it down here just to give you, the general view. So the triangle that goes up from the vault right there, I was thinking about leaving wood that you could hatch it out later when you want to build the half level above it. Right here. So you'll see in the video I make this wood, and then you can hatchet it out from underneath a little bit easier to upgrade that little half wall. But again, if you're not really putting anything in that part of the vault, I wouldn't even worry about it right now. Leave it wood, and then just keep farming. Go get more stone and keep going. So, got our vault. Started the first one anyway. And that's what this looks like inside. It's pretty barren. So this here, you get some more stone, you break it, you hatchet your way out, and you surround this in half walls. And this will give us another level of protection down into the vaults. And we just start filling it in. And you don't have to make use of this little layer up here for storage. You can seal it in completely and not worry about it, and just add the half wall as an extra level of honeycomb. But I do like to maximize storage, especially in these compact bases where storage becomes a premium. There's the cost. So this would be stage, I don't know, 1, stage 2 perhaps. You've got your starting base going. And it's a matter of still going out and farming. So it's a vault base at this point. It's they got to go through a stone wall to get into it. So starting here, throw down a layer of honeycombing. And this will be the entrance to the base, so half floor. And then out here, you're going to do a stairwell because we can butt it up against that little half wall right now. And this just makes it easier to put a roof on. There we go. And then just upgrade this all to stone. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So we're going to seal in the little roof portion here, which sort of hides the fact that it is a roof vault. And half floors. And our little stairway. And another roof, wall, perfect. And that's what it looks like at this point. So we've got the entrance going for our main level, so to speak. There's our cost. And that is acting as honeycomb at the point as well. So now we can start sealing this in. Now for some reason on this build server, when I started to build the little shooty floors here, right here stability was giving me a problem, and it shouldn't. It should have been well above 50%. So I'm not sure why it just decided to not allow me to build it, but on my build server that I show you at the first start of this video, it worked fine. See, it fell away there. And it didn't make any sense. The stability was way more than enough. But so a wall, and yeah, stability right here was just being a, I don't know, pain in the ass. It's really odd. I was checking it here. I couldn't figure out why it was doing that. Every other build I've tried this on, it worked fine, so I think I just put a solid wall in and carry on. So there we go. So that's all sealed in. So we now have got the two shooty floors, and we've got our main entrance of our base, you know, sealed. And of course you'll want to get double sheet metal doors and metal doors on the front. And again, these are the undrainables, so half wall, and these little triangle pieces. And then a door frame. Take that out, and then just upgrade this to metal. And if you've got the shotgun BP, or if you go to Outpost and buy a shotgun trap, place it up in there, and this becomes an undrainable shotgun trap. They're not getting through it. I'll have to take out that metal wall above just to walk into your base. So hopefully we'll eliminate door raiders, unless they have a lot of patience. There we go, on both sides. And then do the same thing on this side. Not providing access to this base at all without, you know, if you're not welcome here, if you don't own that TC access, you're not getting through the space. So steel, steel, steel. There, so 3 shotgun traps. In any base, and a few walls at the front entrance you want steel, so they're not coming through those. And that's what it's starting to look like. Get that upgraded to steel. And those are the shotgun traps. And just sort of upgrading the front here to steel if you can afford it, only to, you know, stop easy access to your base. You want to limit mobility essentially, and get that nose piece up to steel if you can. So, and if you've got the garage door BP, another critical blueprint, start slamming them down. And locker would be a nice one. I throw a locker here. You could put like a vending machine for storage, a couple of them in the corner there. I like to have a gear set on the main floor that you can really quickly gear up and go. And then these external walls you want to get up to steel. So you get your workbench down here. Usually throw it at the front door. And your furnaces, and start cooking. There we go. We'll just slip down into the vault. And then just as you start to get going, especially if this is more than just a solo, if this is a duo, you're going to start getting lots of stuff real quick. So you want to start building up these vaults and give yourself lots of storage. So throw the half wall up, and you've got the frags. Start upgrading everything to steel. So we try to seal the TC in steel, and I have to go up here and make it steel as well. Get that TC protected with a minimum of 1 layer of sheet metal. And these vaults here, all steel. All right. Just clear my inventory out here, and we'll start putting the boxes down. So for this, I put the 2 boxes in the center, and then at the front, now that they've sort of changed the building mechanics a little bit, I use the barbecues, shove a box underneath, and I give some of that credit to Evil Worst on that. That's his idea with one of his builds to maximize storage. Now I put a shotgun turret here. A flame turret would be preferable. It's just unfortunately this build server doesn't allow it because it lags the server. So sit up here and get your barbecues down. Yeah, which this doesn't work, so pretend those are flame turrets. See, I can't put it down with that. There we go. Anyway, so you can access the TC, just clipping on the edge there, and then as you get going, get the vaults all upgraded to steel. So the 2 other vaults would be the same idea. So the 4 barbecues, the 4 small boxes, and the 4 large boxes in them, with flame turrets preferably. And then the triangle pieces, you'll tuck away the locker and the other triangle piece. And then garage doors, because you want to have good mobility in here to be able to reach those little corner pieces at the back. And then up here, again, you can seal this off or make use of it with maximum storage. And I spam boxes and just come across like this. Work my way around. 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 large boxes up in this little storage above. Throw down the low walls and campfires to give you a little bit of elevation at each one so that you can access the boxes. Now if you put down flame turrets in there as well, it would be OP and nobody's getting up there. And there it is. So all this out here, start upgrading this all to steel. That's that half floor above. And once you've got this all upgraded to steel, if you can start adding honeycomb to it to sort of hide it, I strongly suggest that. The less juicy this looks, the better. But this back end of your vault and your TC room and everything down there should be steel minimum. And that's what it's starting to look like. There we go. Now you could leave it at this. Proceed no further. No, don't do a mini heli at the top. It comes down to, you know, what you can afford. But at the very least, get the honeycomb done here. So just wrap it in triangles. Sorry, it's being goofy. There we go. And then just surround it in stone. It won't look as juicy if it's only made of stone. I mean, people will still want to rate it, but metal attracts the eye. So I'm doing this in no-clip mode, which makes it super easy. You'll be using ladders to get up top or building up and building the honeycomb, but that's what it looks like, the footprint. And there's the cost. And so we get to the TC. Out of no-clip mode, there's the cost to upkeep this base, which isn't too bad. When this is completely done, it's around 5k metal, 5k stone. So it's a little challenging for a solo, unless you're on like a 2x server. For a duo or a trio, this would be easy to upkeep. So again, stop at this if you don't want the heli portion. But right here, if you want it, you're going to need 7 pickaxes and some time. Unless you left this wood, but work away at it. And see, I would do stone just to make sure your base is nice and secure, but get it out. Get the ladder hatch, BP, again, if you have this BP. And back here, 2 square foundations, 2 triangles, and I just upgrade them to wood. There's no sense in putting stone. They're just going to be a landing pad for your heli, so piss on it. Someone wrecks it, don't even worry about it. And this will be essentially a shooting floor, so I'm doing pretty much shop windows and little shooty nose pieces all around. I scuffed up there. And there we go. So you should have a good shooting angle from all around. And they gotta be steel as well. They can't be stone because people can soft side it. Yeah, see, stability on this side is just, I don't know. I can't explain it. More shooty floors. And those little triangle pieces at the back of the launch pad will be for turrets. This could just be stone. And that's what it looks like. Oh, my symmetry's off. That's no good. There's a little shooty floor on this side. Upgrade to steel. That looks more symmetrical. So everything's upgraded to stone. There's your cost to build. And shop floors. Shop fronts. Blech. And the shop fronts here make the little ledge part face out towards the entrance, so you can store stuff inside here. It doesn't have that little lippy thing in the way. So this isn't 100% symmetrical. So, oopsie daisy. There we go. Now it's symmetrical. Perfect. Couple garage doors. All right.